right, another Scream Fortress has arrived.
Uh-oh. TF2 fan base. TF2 fan base when they can't complain about the game for 5 seconds.
We got new hats, new maps, new taunts, more unusual effects. Yeah, par for the course, but hey, everyone's excited about this. We got a great new batch of content to play with. Morbius, everyone's favorite meme from 2022, is now
That is not Morbius. That is not officially licensed Morbius. I don't believe it.
immortalized in the game. Optimus Prime has rolled out of Spawn. Dr. Eggman is ready to face down those pesky blue hedgehogs. God, I can't.
Get Roman to voice? What, no fuckers? It'd just be a bunch of pigs squealing. Actually, it's not a bad idea.
Wait to dive in and try out this new content. I look forward to playing the new contracts every year. Oh, okay, well, that's fine. I'll just try again. Alright, awesome. We got a match. Perfect. Oh, hey, Afterlife, the new V-Script arena map everyone is really excited about. Oh, is it broken? Alright, no worries, I'll just
Wait, is the spawn door not opening?
queue for a new game. Alright, great. Different map this time. It's time to play... Oh, the game's over. No
Okay, the amount of times that's happened to me in Battlefield, to be fair. Wait, why you got someone on the left team called Latex Princess?
problem, I'll just re-queue again. Okay, this is a problem, but we already know what causes this. We already know that every time Valve updates this game, the matchmaking system breaks, and you simply can't play the new content for a good while. We already know that the content contained within these updates varies so wildly in quality that it's either pretty good
I swear it's like, there's only like 2 actual people officially at Valve that are still working on TF2.
or literally unplayable. We already know that outside of
It wouldn't surprise me if it was just one guy and he spends like 30 minutes a week.
update season, casual mode, more often than not, provides a frustrating, disruptive experience for new and old players alike. Players are constantly re-queuing for games that last less than 5 to 10 minutes, queuing out of one-sided stomps, queuing out of half-empty or complete
I'm trying to look at these names.
5 to 10 minutes,
There was a guy with phase in his name.
queuing out of one-sided stomps, queuing out of
Teapot, Goblin. The money is calling. Flying Spy Disease. Big boobs, Emily. Yep, there we go. I swear to God, man, you cannot play a single game of TF2 without there being a Guna furry. You can't do it. You can't do it. You actually cannot do it.
half-empty or completely empty servers.
Definitely like a pyro main as well.
We get placed into games that are 2 minutes away from ending. We get placed into servers after a game ends. We have broken pre-round timers, glitchy slot reservations, and auto-balance.
Obama. Okay, so he's called Obama and his profile picture is Osama bin Laden. The Simpsons. The Simpsons. Why is that? Okay, this guy needs to like get into comedy writing. It's just this. It's not even Homer Simpson. It's just the entire family on the couch as well. Okay, that's a good one. I like that one. I like that one.
Keeping team sizes.
Okay, what we got here? Coral T. Another furry here. Pro gamer. I foo up. And their picture's a toilet. Deagles, also a picture of a toilet.
Uneven. The crummy party system that makes it a chore
I have Homer. No, you need the whole Simpsons.
to play with friends. We disconnect.
Thank you, Josh, for the 5. Not even Pyrocynical. It's contractors. None of the staff work on the game anymore. The contractors were the ones you dealt with. The cheaters, and it worked. I really cannot understand what you're saying there, dude. I'm sorry.
From the game coordinator for no apparent reason. We have dead maps, dead game
I think you're saying that no one at Valve actually works on the game anymore officially, and it's just contractors.
modes. The list goes on. If you think I'm being hyperbolic, I'm not. This is not broken or dysfunctional in any kind of exaggerative sense. When most updates arrive, TF2 literally breaks. It is often impossible to play the new content, either because the servers break or the content itself breaks.
He didn't install CS!
I honestly can't remember
What are you
the last time
doing?
we had a seasonal update where this did not happen. Versus Saxton Hale was unplayable for 3 weeks after launch. Zombie Infection was a buggy mess with missing assets on launch. Some of the new maps for every update always have something wrong with them, ranging from screwed up textures to game-breaking
That guy was literally just moving like the hunter from Left 4 Dead.
bugs to dropping 100 frames by simply looking in a different direction. Thanks to the matchmaking system, anytime Valve touches the game, the servers break.
Who even still plays TF2? It's got a pretty healthy player base. I mean, definitely mostly furries, but...
You often can't even queue for a server when the updates drop, and this lasts for days or even weeks at a time. Hell, last year's...
I mean, it's funny with Valve, like people are calling... Yeah, I can already see people in chat calling them lazy and stuff. They can't count to 3, all that stuff, but it's like, you know, they basically have the most paid employees per person. Because Valve has such a small team. I mean, okay, let's look up, like, total Valve employees. It's probably like 300. Yeah, 336 people. And then let's look at Ubisoft. This will be like 12,000. 17K, man. But yeah, Valve only has like 300. That's it. So, and because they make so much money from Steam, employees at Valve get paid like a disgusting amount.
Scream Fortress was unplayable for about a month because of the abysmal
It was actually like good estimations. I'm kind of proud of myself there.
queue times, and it took Valve just as long to slap a band-aid on the problem, which clearly didn't solve anything because here we are, 1 year later, experiencing these same queue times again. Just for a moment.
Yeah, if anyone's got like anything really valuable on TF2, can you gift it to me, please? On Steam, thanks.
Imagine if this happened in GTA 5. Imagine if a GTA 5 update launched and for 2 weeks you just couldn't complete new missions, or they didn't work.
Is that GTA? What? That's modded, right?
What else would you call this
Dude, that looks like Mind's Eye for a second there.
other than the game breaking? War Thunder is another example of an old game that still receives updates. Gaijin often pushes broken updates, but the players complain, and they eventually fix these issues down the line. What Gaijin doesn't do is leave issues in the game to break again with each and every update. Is it not normal to expect at least some degree of effort? Especially for what could be considered the bare minimum level of maintenance to keep a game going? In my opinion, TF2 is not in a good spot right now, and hasn't been for a long time.
I was about to say, I swear no one's had anything good to say about TF2 for like the past 3 years.
It doesn't deserve the lack of care it's being subject to, despite it still earning Valve tens of millions of dollars a year. There's not much out there.
I wonder if it actually makes them that much through trades. I mean, yeah, to be fair, there's a huge trading community on that game.
Getting players excited about the game anymore, at least not for long, because any excitement we have for new content quickly turns to disappointment. The new content we receive is effectively guaranteed to have something wrong with it. If I was a new player and this was my first major update experience, yeah, that would
It's literally just like gifs of bats flying through the concrete.
get me excited
Wow.
about the game's future.
AAA gaming is here.
That wouldn't make me eager to come back to the game. In fact,
Xbox is gonna try to buy out Steam. You think they'd let them be bought? There's no... I don't believe that for a second. Nah, there's nothing. They would never buy Steam. There is no way, like, Steam would accept any amount of money because they are basically sat on, like, the most amount of money for doing the smallest amount through Steam at the minute.
it would harbor the opposite reaction. If you look at the last few years of player data, long-term trends show that players
Xbox are a failing company. I mean, they are, but obviously backed by Microsoft. And Microsoft will just always be worth billions. Like near trillions. Because, you know, everyone uses Windows. Unless you have a Reddit account, then there's like a 50% chance you use Linux.
are slowly bleeding out. Players aren't staying.
No! Come back! Hang on. Team Fortress 2 Steam charts. Let's have a look. Have a look, let's have a look, let's have a look. Is it over? What graph are you using? That's 3 years. You can't do 3 years on this. All right, yeah, since like 2024, it has kind of been downward curving a bit. Yeah. To be fair, though, like here it was like dead, then it picked up. Obviously, lockdown. You know, COVID. And then it really peaked here. Wait, wasn't that when I shown the fat mod off? Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, then it kind of fell off again. So basically, I revived TF2 for a small amount of time.
New updates breaking, which compound with the matchmaking system's dysfunctionality, will keep getting worse, especially as more players leave, as more maps are added, and the remaining player base
That's when the bots got banned? Oh, okay. That actually makes a lot of sense.
gets stretched even thinner. More game-breaking bugs will keep rising to the surface every single time Valve touches that rushed, disappointing matchmaking system. I explained why in great detail in my last major video. It doesn't matter if you
Keep in mind, most TF2 players are idle or trade bots.
agree or
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because you just get random stuff in your inventory, right? If you just idle around.
disagree with me on what
Why have they not got rid of that, by the way? Is that to get people to, like, play the game? I've never understood why idling is, like, a thing. You just sit around and do nothing and you get paid, like, a couple cents. I never got that.
needs to be done about TF2 situation. The issue right now is that no one is really
And thank you, Josh, for the 5. If you work at Valve, you are paid very well. Yeah. They never really employ any more people because Valve actually takes cares of their employees. Okay, Josh, thank you for the 5. Your English is actually getting slightly better now.
making any concerted efforts to do anything about this, let alone address it. Only the players in game chat and some of the Reddit
You make it sound like an infinite money glitch. I mean, it is. But you need to be playing the game for about half a century to even make like $10.
community are having anything resembling a public discourse about this. There's a bit of dread washing over the community right now. None of the really popular YouTubers are uploading. Even Reddit's response to the last couple of updates was quite morose. So, is this it? Is this ever going to change? How long does this need to go on for, and how much worse does this need to get? How many more flashbacks to VScript Saxton Hale's launch? How many repeats of new content getting hyped up that just completely doesn't work? How much more until something gives and we all say something about this? Will TF2 keep receiving broken updates in 2026, 2028, 2030? What needs to happen before we have a serious conversation? This is not okay. This should not be happening.
Valve would just come out and cope and say, oh no, it's part of the Serverblight ARG.
Especially when a company like Valve is at the helm. I think it's safe to assume that we all love this game and want what's best for it. If we seriously care about TF2's longevity, something that Valve clearly wants, otherwise they would have shut down the servers years ago, it's time for the player base to figure out what the consensus is on all of these problems and what we can do about it.
I don't think anyone at Valve even plays TF2.
Love and War TF2 is hands down my favorite game of all time, no contest, but modern TF2 doesn't even crack top 20.
They don't lobby up with the other developers to try and rank up in matchmaking, and they certainly don't play man versus machine in their free time.
Maybe
No one will be playing it in 2030.
it's the community, maybe it's the state of the dev.
Surely Valve will make a multiplayer game that everyone will move over to. Not Deadlock. No one say Deadlock. Come on. But
team. Maybe
they'd never make Team Fortress 3. They never would.
it's me just being jaded.
TF2 is really starting to
I reckon they've had meetings with like Gabe Newell, and they're like, "Hey Gabe, do we ever make Left 4 Dead 3? Do we ever make TF2?" I mean, the fan bases now are kind of niche, but I reckon we could have a banger on our hands. And then he just sits there and he's like, "Oh, I could be reached at Gabe N," and then he just walks out the room.
prioritize quantity over quality.
And as a result, they don't focus on if the experience of the game is actually fun, balanced, fair.
I remember a time when every new map and game mode was something to
We'll all be playing Half-Life 3. Tom Hanks gift. Just wait. Just wait.
be celebrated.
So how would we expect them to be down with handling the intricacies of how TF2 works as a video game without communicating with us?
The issue that both I and I
Does TF2 have a pro scene? Well, not like a pay. Nah, not like. Not in the sense of like how League has a pro scene.
think a lot of other people that I know have with casual, though, is that it doesn't really feel fun a lot of the time.
See, now that casual is actually back, We get to deal with casual problems again.
The balance is pretty whack. It feels like some people are trying way harder than others.
Hey, guess what?
Uh-oh. Did you just accuse someone of tryharding in TF2?
Team stacks aren't...
That's like what everyone does. Like if they're not like a kid that, you know, they don't know how to install Roblox, so they install TF2 instead because it's free. They're going to be like 30-year-old sweats.
Xbox, did you hear that Microsoft wants Xbox to reach a 30% profit margin, which is well above the industry average? They're definitely not going to last.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is with Xbox, I think Sony and Xbox are kind of the reverse, right? Because it's like Xbox is failing. And, wait a minute, I'm gay. Xbox is failing, but it's being backed by Microsoft. So that's why they just keep throwing shit at the wall and buying up companies like Bethesda, you know, to see what sticks. But then Sony is the opposite. It's like the PlayStation makes Sony so much money, but then all of Sony's other products don't actually make them a lot of money. So the PlayStation is like their main focus.
Just an Uncle Topia thing. I feel like we all kind of forgot that.
The game modes either stall out or finish extremely quickly, forcing you to re-queue or just be locked in a stalemate forever.
Ooh, Frontier. Cool.
Back 4 Blood is not Left 4 Dead 3. Well, no, I mean, Back 4 Blood was made by, was it Turtle Rock? I think. And they met, because what Valve used to do is they would see like people in college or uni making games, like small indie companies, and then they'd be like, yoink, we take the idea, we give you a fuck ton of money. They did that with Left 4 Dead, because that was done by Turtle Rock, whatever their name was. And then obviously they tried to come back and do Back 4 Blood, just completely fell off. Completely fell off. A Portal as well. I believe like Pluribus, Rhea Seahorn, Breaking Bad show? No. Portal was made by like a small indie team, and Valve basically like bought it off them. Hang on, let me look this up so I'm not talking out my ass. Valve bought Portal from a small team. Surely... Oh, DigiPen team was bought into Valve. No more than 10 people. Oh, okay. So I guess they hired them out and got them to join Valve. What about this one? Valve didn't simply publish Left 4 Dead. Oh no, they acquired them. Okay, so yeah, they didn't take the idea or buy them out. Well, they kind of bought them out. This was 2008. Yeah, so they basically absorbed other companies because they were like, okay, you're doing a really good job here.
Shout it from the mountaintops, baby.
Thunder Mountain.
Server is changing level.
Wait, it actually is.
Also, what? The game just ended! What the fuck is this shit? I have to vote for a map?
Yeah, a lot.
Wait, is that a femboy in Team Fortress 2? Wow. I never thought a femboy would be playing TF2. Seriously.
Map?
Yeah, a lot of
I'm mind broken right now. Wow.
that time when
I'm truly shocked, guys. Truly shocked.
you casual queue, you'll get into a game at the end of the game because that's when everyone leaves to find a good game.
The problem is
Water fountain ocean.
that the fucking casual matchmaking server, it sucks. The matchmaking algorithm is fucking cooked.
And there are plenty of issues just with that kind of balancing that I think
The call is coming from inside the house. Shut the fuck up, man.
would need to be fixed for TF2's what is essentially the main mode of the game to be in a playable state.
No, I'm actually completely on board there. I think it was the removal of quick play was a huge fuck up.
God damn, I miss quick play.
What I'm suggesting is after 5 years or 6 years or however
Why is your couch so wide? For your mum's gyat.
long of it being gone, we bring back quick play.
We all agree that there are problems. All of us. Why aren't we talking about this more? I think most of us agree that Valve should treat TF2 better. And listen, we know TF2 is 18 years old. We know expecting Valve to give it the same level of attention as they did in 2010 is foolish. We also know that TF2 will never be the same as it was in its glory days. Nobody is really asking for this. We just...
The guy healing him is called Snoy. Are you joking?
want to not be disappointed by the game breaking every single time Valve drops an update. Updates that they don't even make, their players make it for them. If Valve is really wanting to sunset this game, made very apparent by their release of the SDK and the indefinite status quo that we've been in for 8 years, at the very least...
Yeah, Funk's videos are so good, man. The stop motion stuff he does. I think he uses SFM. Or maybe it's Gary's mod, I'm not sure.
They can leave TF2 in a state that's consistently enjoyable to play, and make sure that whatever new content they...
Thank you, Snore, for the 19 months. Okay, well, not Edna mode, but close. You have to admit, your shit looks near one-to-one with Sylvia Pankhurst. Her hair is just shorter and less messy.
they add
Shut up, man.
doesn't make
Thank you for the 19 months, but shut up.
the game literally impossible to play. TF2 deserves more than a handful of Reddit posts or niche figures addressing these kinds of problems. The kinds of problems that affect minute-to-minute gameplay, that affect the persistently shambling update model that Valve will seemingly be maintaining indefinitely into the future. This should be really important for those who care about how TF2 is going to be remembered, or anyone that still wants to play TF2 as the years creep on. Do we really need another year's worth of broken updates? Do we really need to hemorrhage more players? Do we really need to wait?
I wonder where the TF2 players are going. Like, I'm not even trying to set up a bit here. After you realize that TF2 is like crashed and burnt, where do you go afterwards? What other game is there for you to go to? What is a game that like would fulfill a hole that TF2 has created? Do not say Marvel Rivals. That game died even faster. Someone said Job. No. Overwatch. Oh, Overwatch. Okay, I laugh. Are you for real? Are you actually trolling? Yeah, let's see if the Jarvis put up the graph. Wait, is it actually going up? Okay, that's like the most schizophrenic readings I've ever seen in my life. What is going on here? It's like it's bad, but it's also kind of good. They go into CSGO. Well, there's a lot of people that aren't playing CSGO anymore after recent events. It's actually crazy how, like, consistently successful that game is. Honestly, dude, like, I was playing Battlefield 6 the other day. I love that game. I love how, like, Twitch shooter, how you jump around like a complete moron. I love it. And then CSGO is like, I'm gonna hold B with my AW. Oh, I missed. A guy across the map shot me in the head with a Tech 9. Oh, now I gotta wait 5 minutes before I can play the game again. I'm gonna tab out and go on Twitter. This is why I'm sad.
Wait for the potential catastrophe that a slapdash...
I could never go back to TF2, ironically. I don't... Counter-Strike, Counter-Strike. CSGO 2. I could never go back to that.
NVM update might look like. With how the past 3 years of update launches have gone, can we really honestly say that we expect Valve to prepare their matchmaker for NVM? Are they really going to accommodate an influx of players or anything that resembles a smooth rollout? I certainly don't think they will, and I don't know how you could either. But we have the power and influence to get things changed. We've done this before. Whenever we talk about bad hats and skins, we sometimes get better hats and skins. When we asked Valve to unmute free-to-plays, they mostly unmuted free-to-plays. When we complained about too much holiday content, specifically maps, we got summer updates. We complained loud enough about the bots, and it seems like Valve listened and actually did something. Complaining works.
Well, I mean, the point you made earlier is like, it apparently makes Valve tens of millions of dollars every year. So, you know, you almost want to... when they saw the bot situation, they probably just saw the player count going down. And then people were like, uh-oh.
Alarm.
We gotta fix this.
Works. It is long.
Zesty keeps making the same videos. Nah, I'd say this is different, to be fair. And also on top of that as well, it's like, you know, He's even saying himself, like, you need to cry about a situation enough for Valve to actually do something about it.
Overdue for everyone to acknowledge how Valve treats this game. Simply brushing this to the side is only going to make these problems worse. Exactly what needs to be done about these problems, we can argue that until Kingdom Come, but can we at least start? Some of us have, thank God. Wheezy, for example, is raising alarm about the MVM update. He's pointing out that Valve can't just pick whatever maps have pretty thumbnails and toss them into the game. I think it's a perfectly
Why was there a map name called Asbestos?
acceptable expectation for a game company to always playtest new content before
I played Man vs. Machine once. It sucks. I'm sorry. Like, the robots have way too much health. Like, an insane amount.
releasing it, instead of offloading
You basically have to play as, like, a medic-soldier combo to do anything.
that responsibility onto the players and then retroactively fixing any problems that arise. That alone would greatly improve the seasonal update cycle. Look,
Have you tried playing as a pyro on Man vs. Machine? Sure, you'll be able to get, like, the first squad of, like, scouts and stuff, but once they start bringing in heavies, it's over.
it's pretty
Unless you get another player to, like, bait.
obvious that a distaste for the state of the game passively permeates throughout most of its players.
Use upgrades. I don't think the map I played on had upgrades. It was like a community one.
More so now than during any previous point in TF2's history, aside from the launch of Meet Your Match, of course. It's not a niche or uncommon opinion that the matchmaking system sucks. It is deeply flawed and hurts this game. At some point in the last
Pyro is the most broken Man vs. Machine class. Okay, it was kind of broken against most... Okay, look, I died to a heavy and I couldn't let it go. Okay, are you happy now? Are you happy?
decade, every notable person you can think of has said something about the dismal state of the game. It's hardly anything brave or daring to say at this point, and yet, since 2017, virtually nothing has been done about this. Other issues defiling the game in recent years have brought about multiple meetings of
Hi, Pyro. I'm driving and watching you. Eyes on the road, young man. Eyes on the road. Thank you.
the minds, where people who can and want to make a difference have coordinated to try and make Valve do something. Now I admit, I have been critical of
Holy. How do I screenshot? Wait a minute. This isn't even a clip farm, bro. Hang on. Okay. Nice. Easy.
of these things. If you know anything about me, you know I don't exactly see eye to eye with a solid chunk of the TF2
Why would he put that? Why would he put such a lust-provoking thumbnail when talking about saving TF2?
Uber crowd. That didn't exactly change when so many of them wound up in the driver's seat of these digital campaigns. So I'm not presenting myself as a saint. I'm not gonna pretend that I've likely not made... So
There's just a scout there that was literally just like teleporting
I'm
around.
not presenting myself as a saint.
Holy shit, it's server blight.
I'm not gonna pretend that I've likely
It's just on fire, like T-posing.
not made certain community efforts a little bit harder through my scrutiny. I can only hope that people believe me when I say it was never the act itself of lobbying to improve the game that I ever want to discourage. That act is absolutely necessary. But what I will present to you is myself. Someone that has spent thousands of hours playing TF2.
Hey, Pyro, I'm a girl. How'd you feel? Get out.
Spent tens of thousands of my own money on it over the course of 15 years. I've built a sizable YouTube channel off of this game. I've made lifelong friends in the game. Even my current girlfriend came as a result of my interactions with the player base. And I do know for a fact that there are plenty of other people who give a damn about TF2 with a similar intensity. People who want something to be done. This is my video attempting to reach those people. Just for...
I feel like unless the player base has a huge dip... Okay, this sounds really stupid. They shouldn't do this, by the way. But it's like... If they organized an event where everyone stopped playing TF2, like as a protest... I'm pretty sure they tried doing that actually in the past during the bot situation. But if they did that and they actually stayed off the game... I think Valve would then see the money go down, their shares, and be like, uh-oh, okay, wait a minute. Now we gotta do something.
One occasion, for one moment in time, I would like for all of us to put aside any contentions you have about me, have about what I've said, and just hear me out from one person who cares deeply about this game, about its longevity and its legacy to another. I am damn well sure that if nothing happens to fix these problems with matchmaking, or if the level of care we receive does not improve, TF2, this game that is so deeply important to millions of people, is going to have the last leg of its life defined not by a beautiful...
Valve is a private company. Yeah, I didn't mean shares. Shares was the wrong word, but I mean like profits. Profits.shares.
sunset like it deserves, but by a whimper. A whimper that is a ham-fisted series of automated updates, smashing in more and more gigabytes of borderline unplayable or broken content, until it eventually becomes impossible for players to connect to an official server. I don't know if I'm coming off as dramatic, but even if this game was not running on the Source engine from 2004, Valve's current update model going forward
What a clip to show. I even saw the Fraps watermark.
would still be unsustainable. I genuinely fear that TF2 will be the first online game to literally grow so big with content that its vascular
Wait, say that again.
system can't pump enough blood to keep it alive.
Wait, say that again.
This is already happening in low population
Interesting analogy there, very interesting.
regions like Australia, Oceania, and it's only going to get worse.
Oh, that's washed. Peak hour player distribution in the Sydney server region. I mean, it's not terrible, but the fact that like I remember playing it on the Xbox, man. Like every server was just always full, always full. Yeah, 13 out of 32. 10 out of 30. Damn. There's one server there that's full. And it's fucking 2-4. Are you joking?
We may all watch TF2 drop dead in front of us in the next 4 to 5 years, despite Valve still offering the game as live and pumping in more content. And the worst part is that it's not that hard to improve these things and stop that from happening. It doesn't take that much work. Other YouTubers like Lister have illustrated that there is a small series of steps that Valve could take that would immediately help stop a good amount of the bleeding. This won't happen unless something starts moving. I don't know what else I can say to get things going. If you're a viewer of mine that's been holding out hope that the last 2 years I've spent bitching at Valve would rub off on some people and maybe lead to something shifting in the game, I just gotta say I'm honestly at my wit's end on how to push these issues on my own anymore.
23 out of 32 isn't full? No, you moron. I literally just... What? Anyways.
Feel like
There's like a theater mode bug or something.
I've done
It's like kill cam glitch.
just about everything that I can. Streaming every update,
Anyways.
reporting on the bugs and the matchmaking system issues, that didn't help. I can't even play the fucking game! Fuck!
This game makes them hundreds of millions of dollars. You have to remember that.
Making a 4-hour documentary about this that got promoted by people as huge as fucking Pyrocynical.
That's my goat! He is not washed! Not washed!
That didn't help. Streaming
Okay, anyways.
every month, if not multiple times a month, to
Anyways.
highlight good
Why did you say that straight after, man? Why did you say that straight after? Didn't help, by the way.
and high quality content for Valve to select. That did make a little bit of a dent, but that wasn't a complete solution. We also have
Straight after didn't help.
smaller respected channels doing their own analyses and coming to the same conclusions as I have, and that hasn't seemed to help either. We are exactly where we were 9 years ago. So forgive me if I sound a bit bitter, but from where I sit, it really seems like it's up to the other voices in the TF2 community. Those who have their own social capital completely divorced from whatever baggage I have, to pick up this torch and try to wake up the rest of the room. And if the community doesn't activate, if those YouTubers that in this current fucked up arrangement have become basically the representatives of this entire fucking game, instead of the players themselves, if those YouTubers stay quiet, in the next few years, I fear there won't be much left to fight for. So long as Valve offers TF2 as a playable, monetized product, we have the right to campaign for better. Its age does not matter. Its lack of revenue does not matter. This is Valve. The company that was
Gabe will be like, I'm living on my boat so I don't get COVID.
matter. Its lack of revenue does not matter. This is Valve.
He does look a lot healthier, though, to be fair. I still like that schizo theory going around, though, that, like, he got ill, and then apparently, because he's, like, very rich and has a lot of spare time on his hands, he just read into, like, how when you get viruses and stuff, it changes your, like, DNA, and it really spooked him. So that's why he just lives on a boat now.
Valve, the company that was once heralded as pioneers of the gaming and tech industry. Their ironclad reputation was well-deserved. But how they treat Team Fortress 2, one of their flagship games, one of the...
Yeah, I remember being told if you want to go see Gabe Newell, you need to go on, like, a second yacht. So you could isolate for, like, 2 weeks to make sure that you don't actually have any, like, flu or anything like that.
greatest and most beloved games ever made is nothing short
Left 4 Dead ending. Yeah, he was teasing us the entire time.
of pathetic. It is long overdue for all of us to have this conversation.
I can tell the difference between things from my youth that suck now, things from my youth that are still great, and then things from my youth that I didn't understand, but now I find great. So this whole, come on guys, things never actually get worse. It's just your nostalgia goggles, this type of thinking.
The audio sounds like he's recording it in a cave.
This is really good rhetoric when you want to progressively violate and extort your cult members.
It's just like, what the fuck, bro? The game is broken every like 3 months and like no one cares. It's like, that's actually insane. Like no other game is like that. No other game that makes this much money is like that. No game that makes like a quarter.
I think the point the guy made previously saying like your cult members is true because now it basically is just the cult members.
Quarter as much as money. It's this game is like that.